it's really about changing the rules, right? Rewriting the rules so that it works for you and your partner and your specific relationship. And some people automatically do this because they talk a lot and they're very honest about what doesn't work, what works, what doesn't work. But a lot of people, if you're getting into relationships that are more goal oriented, like we want to get married, we want to have a baby, we want like to check like things off, that's where I see the most problems, is that there is expectations because you're coming into it with these goals, right? And the goals are going to lead to expectations, obviously, because that's what goals are. They're expectations. They're things that we want to do and want to accomplish within our relationship. So when we talk about restructuring, we really have to decide how important those goals are in the face of the sticky points in your relationship, right? So it's kind of a math thing. It's like relationship math, right? It's like, here's the thing that I want, and here's the sticky point that is impinging on my happiness, but I really want this thing. So let's say this thing is the baby or the relationship or the marriage, which is really kind of a goal-oriented reason to be in a relationship. And many people are in those types of relationships. Many people are in relationships because they want to have a specific thing. They want to be married. They want, I've talked about the relationship escalator on here before, and it's a goal, right? It's, you get to a certain age, you should be married. You get to a certain age, you should be thinking about having a baby, right? So a lot of people are kind of in that structure, right? And that structure fails many people. That structure doesn't work unless two people are like 100% have the same goals. We both want kids. We both want the same thing. So in a situation where you're just not sure if you both want the same thing, that's where the rub is, right? And that's where we see the most dissatisfaction. So here you've got different desires for goals, but you've got this great friendship, you've got all this other good stuff going for you. So what now? Let's restructure the relationship. Now, when we talk about restructuring, we do talk about changing the rules. And that can take time. That can take a lot of conversations. And that kind of leans into what's working for your relationship right now. What do you really, really like about each other? And can you stay in this relationship even if those goals didn't happen? Most people, if they've met a lot of their goals, they've gotten married, they've had the child, they've da-da-da-da-da, and now they're like, the sex is shitty. Oh, we're not making enough money. You don't want to dismantle the relationship, but you do want to make a pivot. I want to be clear, though. It's not about just talking it out. It's about doing something dramatically different than you're currently doing. Maybe you're opening up the relationship. Maybe one person is moving out. Maybe one person is moving to another city. Maybe you guys decide you're going to move in a house guest who is also a slave cleaning that cleans the house. I'm just throwing out like the most far-fetched ideas because that's what it takes to restructure your relationship. It could be a small change like getting separate rooms, or taking vacations alone. Maybe that's as small that you can do right now. That's okay. But they've got to be big for your relationship. They've got to be a big change, right? And that's going to be different for everyone. And ask yourself, what is it that you absolutely need? Maybe you need more space. Maybe you need more adventure, but you want to do it alone. Maybe you need more adventure and you want to do it together. Maybe you need more sex. Maybe you need more attention. There's a lot of things. So that's really the first question that we talk about when we talk about restructuring. What is it that you need? And the second question is the miracle question. If your relationship was perfect and it looked exactly like it does today, but one thing changed, what would that be? And that's how we focus on making the change.